Hello, everybody. I am live here to talk today about enrolling your friends in nutrition and fitness. I want to wait until a couple people show up. We got one person. And if you can hear me, it would be awesome to just be a little hey in the comments. If you can hear me, if you can't hear me, let me know. I'm gonna wait at least until I get one comment. One comment if you can hear me. I don't need that many, but one comment if you can hear me, or if you can't hear me. I'll wait. Can you hear me, friends? For those that are coming on right now, I am going to be talking about enrolling your friends into fitness and nutrition. Oh, Brittany can hear me. Awesome. Good. Great. Yes, now we have more people on. We all have people in our life that are probably, those people that are really trying to make a change, or maybe you notice that they have some behaviors that are not serving them, not helping them be their best self or their healthiest self, and you know that you want to help them make a change, and you just don't know exactly how to do that. It's kind of a really touchy subject. Making a change in your fitness and nutrition is really emotional. I'm sure every single person here, including myself especially, it's why I created WAG in the first place, has been through that experience of feeling like you are just in a place that you don't want to be. You're unhappy with your body, you're unhappy with your habits, you feel a little bit out of control, you don't feel like you have the resources to be able to change, or maybe you just don't even feel like you have trust or confidence in yourself that you can actually do that. So I know that we've all been there, and we know that's a really emotional and touchy place. Sometimes I had many times people in my life came and tried to give me suggestions on ways that I could improve, or I could lose weight, or I could be more active. And depending on the way that somebody offers you that kind of advice, you can either be totally open and receptive to it, and it actually helps you make a change, or you can be completely resistant to it, and they tell you, you should try this type of workout style, you should try CrossFit, you should try SoulCycle, whatever it is, and you just become immediately resistant. You're like, there's no way I'm going to do that. Not because you don't want to, but just kind of because of the way that someone gave you that advice. Unsolicited advice is always a little bit touchy. So today I want to talk about the best ways to help people that you love, or people that are in your life that you can see are maybe heading in an unhealthy direction, and how you can be there to support them in making more positive changes. I use the word enrollment. It's like enroll people to a class, or kind of like invite. So what's the best way to invite people to start making positive changes in their nutrition, health, and fitness? So my first point is, and then at the end of it, I'm going to talk about our WAG referral program and how that works. It's something that we've been working on for a really, really long time. We finally have it up and running. So many people have been referring their friends and family, and we know some people that have referred 15 plus people to the program, and I want to be able to repay those that are doing that. So we finally have a system in place where we're going to give people benefits for referring people to the program. I'm going to talk about that at the end. But first, I just want to talk about, in general, nothing to do with working against gravity, nothing to do with this program necessarily, but in general, just how you can refer or suggest changes for people that you love in their life. So first, going into this type of conversation, I always like to start with just the mindset of the person who's asking or making the suggestion, to just be okay with a no. If the person that you're talking to, or the person that you want to stand up for, or the person that you are trying to help is not interested and they say no, I definitely want you to go with the mindset of not taking that personally, and actually just being okay with a no. Being okay with a no, let it go, and just knowing that it has nothing to do with you, and that everyone's at a different stage, and it's almost impossible for you to know how much is actually going on with somebody that maybe is in an unhealthy place. You don't know what's going on inside them. You don't know what's going on inside their head. You don't know what's going on inside their home. Maybe you're not 100% sure about their relationships with their family or their loved ones. So just go in with the mindset of you can do the best that you can, but just be okay with it, like them saying no, and respect that. So the first things I want you to do when you are talking to somebody that you love and you know that you want to make a change in their health and fitness is to try and pay attention to if they're open to making a change or if they're not open to making a change. So some signs that somebody's going to be really open to making a change is paying attention to how they talk about their weight. How do they talk about wanting to lose weight? Are they complaining about their body? Are they frequently saying, I feel chubby, or my pants are so tight, or I'm totally uncomfortable in my skin, or there's no way I'd wear a bikini because I'm just not confident in my skin? Are they saying things like that? Are they asking you questions about nutrition and fitness, or what kind of workouts do you do? How did you lose the weight that you lost? Are they curious? Do they seem like they're interested in getting that type of information from you? Also, do you see them trying different things in their own life? So do you see that maybe they're not trying like things that are working really well, but do you see them trying different types of workout programs, different types of diets? Maybe they're trying a diet that you don't know that's giving them the results that they're looking for, and you could see a better way for them, but are they trying? That would be a sign that they are probably open to making a change, and they're definitely, with the right approach, would be open to your suggestions, considering you've had some success, you're dedicated to your health and your fitness, you love challenging yourself, and you want to push your limits as well. So that rubbing off on them, that would be an indication that they would want that. Now, if they're not open, so if maybe they complain about things. Everybody complains about things. Maybe they're not happy with their body, or they wish things were different, but you don't see them trying to do anything different. They're not asking you any questions, and maybe they even just they have judgments about it, and they really make no indication to you that they are ready to make any type of change. So if they're not open, don't force it. When you force somebody who's not open to making a change to listen to you or to get advice from you, or you try to say, I know this is going to work for you, and 100% it's almost always coming from such a positive place. You really want to help people, and you know that there's something that can help them be better, but you just have to know that everybody has to do it in their own time. And a lot of health and fitness has to do with people opting in for themselves. It's a choice that they have to make. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of discipline. It's a big change. There's a lot of emotions that are involved in it. So forcing it, what it actually does, it's probably not going to make them change. And then it also probably ruins your chance of being able to help them in the future. So maybe in the future, when they are a little bit more open, when they've felt enough pain and suffering that they're ready to actually make a change, they're probably not going to come to you to make that change because they feel like you overstepped your boundaries to begin with. So don't try and force it. And instead, what you can do is just continue to be yourself. Continue to lead by example. And that means continue to work out, continue to eat healthy, continue to take care of yourself. And just being around them and them seeing you do that for yourself shows them what's possible. So just know that if someone in your life does not show any indication of being open to change, they resist those types of conversations with you, and you can't seem to find a way to offer them advice, don't force it. They will come around, and if they don't, you can just be there to support them and be an example. And that's something really amazing that you can do in their life, and you don't want to ruin your chances of being able to help them in the future. Now, if they do seem open, having a conversation with somebody that seems a little bit open to making a change, they're trying hard, they're asking you questions, they're saying like, oh, it looks like you lost so much weight, like what are you doing, can I come work out with you, like those types of questions. Or they're like trying on their own and you're noticing that they're trying but they're not having much success. Now this is a little bit more of a dynamic situation. So in this type of a situation, it's really going to depend on your type of relationship with them. And every situation is going to need something different, but maybe I'll give you some insight into people that you're really close with or people that you're not close with at all, and just a couple situations and what might be a good strategy or a good approach with those different types of relationships. So if you are close with them, these people, and you know their struggles, they've talked about their struggles with you, they've been vulnerable with you, you can lead with something like, hey, I know you're struggling, we've talked about this, and it sucks. Like, acknowledging that how difficult this is, validating them for their feelings, and then saying, I have a few ideas that I think might work and I would love to support you. Can I share those with you? Asking a question sometimes puts the responsibility in their plate, and that is a really good feeling. And being okay with a no, like I talked about at the beginning. And you can even say, I'd be totally okay with a no. I would love to help you and be there for you. So then if they do say yes, then they've opted in themselves, and it feels like they're making the decision instead of you're forcing it upon them. And that always makes it a little bit more likely that they're going to actually make a change. Now, another thing you can do is share your experience. So if it's somebody that you're close with and you know that you're struggling, and this could be really anybody, but really with people that you're close with, just so it doesn't seem like a sideways way of trying to hint at something to somebody that you don't know, that they don't know you very well. But you can talk to people, hey, I just started this new nutrition program and it's really working for me for these reasons, and this is exactly why I love it. And the more specific you are about what it can do for you, and avoid talking about how it can help them, because you don't, when you start talking about somebody else like you know them better than they know themselves, they can start resisting you and being like, you don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know what would work for me, what wouldn't work for me. What they can't argue with is what's working for you and how it's making you feel and why you're getting benefits from it. So I started this new nutrition program. I feel like I'm so in control of my food. I feel like I have power in my food choices. I feel like amazing in my skin. I've lost 10 pounds. I feel amazing in the gym. Whatever results you're actually getting from whatever you're following. I've done CrossFit. I feel more capable. I see more muscles in my body. Share that with them. Share with them all the benefits and the results that you're getting from the programs, and then maybe it'll pique their interest about, if you can do it, they can do it too. And that's somebody that you're close with. But somebody that you're not necessarily close with, I have an example. I do a dance class, and there's a woman in the dance class, and she's mentioned a couple times about struggling with her body and wanting to lose weight. And it's really hard for me not to be like, I can help you. Listen to me, come to me, let's meet, let's have coffee, let's do this. It's really hard for me to do that, but I know if I do that, then it will be less likely that they're going to listen to me in the future. And it's also going to be much more likely they're going to be like, hell no, you're crazy. That's too much. Like, back off. So I think a couple approaches that you can do with somebody that you're not necessarily close with, but you do really want to be there and support them, and you feel like you could make an impact in this person's life, is first, ask them to do things with you that are more active and healthier. And start with things that are super low barrier for entry. So let's say there's somebody that I don't know and I think that I can be a positive influence on them. I might say something like, hey, let's go. Do you want to go take a walk on the lake with me one day this week? And then we make plans on like a Thursday or whatever, any day of the week, and we decide that we're going to go for a walk on the lake. And that can do a couple things. One, if I would invite them to like do a CrossFit workout, that could be very intimidating. Somebody who's not really fit, just starting in their journey, and they're like really scared. And at the beginning of a change, it's really scary. You're like, they're not sure if it's going to work. Is all this effort that I'm going to put in get me the results that I'm really looking for? And then if it's not, it's like painful to imagine the failure. If I said to somebody, hey, do you want to go and do a CrossFit workout together? They might be thinking in their head, I don't know how to do CrossFit. That's so intimidating. You're so good at CrossFit. You're so fit. I definitely don't want to look like a fool. I'm not going to do that. So picking something that's like level playing field. Maybe it's something that you're also not good at, or it's something like walking that anyone can do, or it's just something that is way low barrier for entry that makes it really likely for them to say yes. It would be super easy for someone to be like, I'm too intimidated by CrossFit. I'm not going to do a CrossFit workout with you. And they also, people want to look good. They don't want to go and do a workout and feel like they're feeling miserably in that regard. So inviting them to do active things with you and choosing something that they're probably not going to fail at, something that they're going to feel good. And another thing about going for a walk that I think is really powerful is when you're walking with somebody, it's kind of like the best time to have deep conversations. I've had so many walks with my friends, and I've gotten to know them on these walks, and we've gotten into deeper conversations. It's just, you're at peace, you're in nature, something really cool, and it could be an opportunity for you to be vulnerable with them, which is my next point, which is someone that you don't know really well. They can make a lot of assumptions about you. So you're fit, you've lost a bunch of weight, you're like super in control of your nutrition, and they don't know that you've ever struggled. They have no idea what your story is. And a lot of times, especially people that are currently at the beginning of their fitness and nutrition journey, they might make the assumption that you've never struggled. And I'm a prime example of that. A lot of people have no idea that I currently struggle with my nutrition, that I used to struggle with my nutrition, that I've been 200 pounds before, that I hated my body. I've quit all my sports because I was too heavy. I stole money to go and buy food when I was a kid. I would hide wrappers all over my room. And I still to this day have like hang-ups that I gotta keep in check. But they would see me now, I work out pretty often, I've been an athlete, I have abs, and they think, no way she even possibly struggles. So going on a nice walk with somebody is a really great opportunity for you to share some struggles that you've had and be vulnerable with them. And not sharing with the intention of them sharing in return, but instead just sharing to be open and build a deeper and closer relationship, so that maybe that opens them up. And it might not open them up right away. Like maybe you share something vulnerable about yourself and they don't immediately share something vulnerable about them, but they leave the conversation, they feel closer and more connected to you, and then maybe like a couple of days later, they share something vulnerable about themselves, and that gives you an opportunity to deepen your relationship and maybe be a support for them. That's a really great way to do that. And now, my last couple points are going to be when you're in this conversation, whether it's someone you're close with, it's someone that you don't know at all. These are a couple guidelines or rules that I would definitely keep in mind. So one, I would stay away from any assumptions. You don't want them to assume something about you, like you've never struggled with your nutrition or your fitness. You don't want to assume anything about them. So don't assume that they're struggling. Don't assume that they're unhappy. Don't assume that they've tried things and failed. And also, if they tell you, like, I've tried this and it hasn't worked for me, don't assume that they were non-compliant. Don't assume anything. Just be open-minded, ask a lot of questions. Also talk from your own experience. So kind of like the assumptions, don't try and tell them how they're feeling or tell them what would work for them. Everyone's completely unique and entirely individual, and if they have not asked you for your advice, it might be a huge turnoff for you to tell them what you think is going to work for them unsolicited. So instead, just try and talk from your own experience, what's worked for you, or if you've helped other people, what you've seen help other people. So it's your experience instead of you telling them how they're supposed to feel. I think that's really helpful in those scenarios. Again, try not to force anything. So allow people to opt into it. Ask them questions, allow them to tell you what they're feeling without you forcing them to take your advice or forcing your advice upon them. Asking questions is huge. Just open-ended questions, diving in deeper, and don't just ask surface level questions like, hey, do you want to, or have you tried working out? Try and get a little bit deeper. How does it make you feel when you go work out? Is there any workout program that you've really enjoyed that has made you happy? Is there any workout program that you felt like you were really good at? What is that? And just try and hear their answers and dive a little bit deeper so that you can get more information from them. And also, people really love talking about themselves. So to build trust with somebody, asking really good questions is a great way to do that. It makes people feel like that you care, and you do care. So asking questions is a great way to show that, and asking really good questions is an even better way to show that. Also, this one's huge. Don't use trump cards. So have you ever tried to give somebody advice, but you're like kind of nervous about the advice that you're going to give them, or you want to make a suggestion, but you're super nervous? You use a trump card, like, this is really hard and you might not like it, but this diet would probably really work for you, and I think it might be a good idea for you to try. Or it's really intense, but it's super crazy, blah, blah, blah. Like CrossFit, you might really like CrossFit, but a lot of people think it's really intense. There's no need to put that first piece there to, I call it like a trump card, like to like overshadow what you're about to say with something negative. There's no need to do it. They can make their own conclusions. You feel amazing about it. You think it might be great for them. By you saying it's really intense and you might not like it, but you should try it. All I'm thinking about is like, why would I try it if it's really intense? And I've never tried it before. I'm not even going to give it a chance because I'm immediately thinking about, why would she say it was intense? You know, it kind of dampens the strength of your argument. So just stand for what you believe is right for them. Stand for what your experience. Stand for what you think would make them feel amazing. Just say it. So it would sound more like, hey, I've been doing CrossFit for a long time. It's a really great workout. It's scalable to anybody of any need. When you go to a gym that has a really great coach, they help you and support you. You're also in a community, and it's such an amazing workout. I would love to go to a CrossFit class with you instead of adding all the little negative bits ahead of time. I am a huge trump card person. I like to think that it like eases people and softens people up, but it also softens up my argument, which ultimately makes it more difficult for me to have a positive impact, which is what I'm looking for most. And then my last piece of things to keep in mind for this type of conversation is that when somebody that you're talking to comes back to you with all of the reasons why that whatever you suggested wouldn't work for them, like let's say you say, hey, try working against gravity. I think it would really work for you. And they're like, oh, I can't, it's too expensive. I can't, it's too much work. It's too much time. This is not the time to get into an argument about it. Just say okay and help ask them more questions, see if there's any other ways. But if they're really adamant about coming back with tons of reasons and excuses as to why something's not working for you, it's not worth getting into an argument and a fight over it. They'll come around. Just stay there, be a support, be an example, and just say, yeah, you know, okay, I understand. I've seen a lot of people get into fights over this or even ruin relationships or friendships when somebody just, maybe they're not ready to change and those excuses or the reasons why they're not working for them, it's them trying to protect themselves from failure. And everyone needs to make change in their own time. So definitely keep these things in mind when you are trying to help somebody make a change. That is the end of my discussion on how to enroll your friends. If any of you have any questions about that, or maybe if you have a specific situation that you would like to discuss, don't need to name any names, post it in the comments, tag me, and I would love to help you. If you have any questions for me right now, would love to help you as well. But I'm going to talk now about the WAG referral program. So we have been working on this referral program for a while. When you build your own software, it's really hard to make changes to the software. So finally, we have a way to track who's referring who. We have different ways for you to refer people, and we have ways for you to get benefits for referring people. So I'm super pumped about this. This is something that's been very widely requested from so many different people. So I want you to be able to be the hero for your friends. I can't even tell you what a gift it is to be able to refer people to something that changes their life in a positive way. And if you feel that we can do that, and that's something that we've done for you, then I would love for you to spread the word. My dad was one of those examples. My dad did the WAG program, and he lost 35 pounds. And I just like, it's actually kind of a funny story. He didn't want to take before photos, and he's my dad, so I was just like, he wasn't in Seismic, or like he wasn't like part of this piece of the program. But I referred him to a coach, and he secretly took photos himself, and he didn't show anybody. And then he lost 35 pounds. And then one day, out of nowhere, I saw him post a before and after picture on Instagram. And my dad doesn't even use Instagram. He like never posts. I didn't even know he knew how to post to Instagram. And all of a sudden I see a before and after photo, and I'm like, oh my goodness, he looks so good. And the feeling of not only do I feel like he added 10 years onto his life, but the feeling of him being more confident and comfortable in his skin and being able to be the hero for him on that, I mean, there's really not much better. It's kind of why we created this whole company, so that we can keep replicating that feeling over and over and over again to help people be successful. In order for you to refer, you can log into your Seismic account, and then you can click on your avatar in the upper right corner, and you can go to your profile, billing, and then there's going to be a section on the side that says referral program. And when you click on that section that says referral program, you're going to see where you can find a custom link. So you can share that custom link with anybody that you want. If you use Instagram, you can do a swipe up on the stories. You can post it to your Instagram. You can post it on your Facebook. You can send it to people in an email. Whoever you want to send this referral link to, you are totally free and welcome to send it. It's a custom link just for you. Each person can only use it one time. They can't use the referral link multiple times. And then what you get is that you're going to earn credits towards your memberships, and the person that you refer is also going to earn credits to their membership. So every person that signs up with your link and is $25 off of your membership, and then for that month, and then it's going to be $15 off of their first month of their membership. So that's going to be able to get them a discount. It's going to be able to get you a discount. And we give you a couple ways in the referral section of Seismic where you can do that. So there's going to be a square where you can even type in a custom message, and you can put in their email, and you can email them from Seismic that sends them a link with your specific link to sign up for the program. And then also you can just copy and paste your link and send it to absolutely anybody that you want, and then you can get credits towards your membership. You also don't have to be an active member to be able to do this. So if you're looking to rack up some credits and rejoin the program with a discount, then you can use your link, sign into your Seismic account, go to the same spot, profile, billing, referral program, and then you should be able to copy and paste your link, and then you can send that, and it's going to rack up credits for you. So next time you do join the program, you will get that credit on your membership. So I'm going to post these instructions in a post on the Facebook page. But if you have any questions about it, please comment. If any of it's not working, email support@getseismic.com. They are the best people, and they're super fast at responding. So this has been launched today, so there might be a couple little bugs with it, like anything new in software. But I really am excited for all of you guys, and I appreciate the desire to want to stand up for your friends and to invite them to take control of their nutrition and their fitness. So I appreciate you guys, and thank you for those of you that stayed and listened.